the first person in a long time that's really offered something different, that's really seems to be speaking from his heart.
It gives you a sense of hope at times when, you know, things in this country are not going that well.
For over 30 years, Rod Peterson has successfully taught students what to say and how to say it. He has directed Fort Scott on stage, and Fort Scott has accepted his direction. As we shall see today, however, Rod's inspirational direction has reached far beyond Fort Scott city limits, beyond even Pittsburgh and Nevada. Over the course of Rod's career, his influence has spanned the heights of political power in these United States and beyond, extending the breadth of the globe and the depth of our hearts. In celebration of Rod's life and work, I have interviewed America's finest leaders in hopes of understanding just how consequential Rod's retirement will be for all of us. We begin by reviewing Rod's career as a director. I wanted an honest assessment of Rod's talent, so I found the most impartial, professional judges I could find. Then I made them watch 142 hours of musicals, melodramas, and children's theater. Take a look at their reactions.
What the hell was that? Horrific. The outfit was horrific. The meowing was ridiculous.
No way.
Hideous.
Oh. 1,000% no for me.
Wrong direction.
It's terrible.
Not all of their reactions were bad, however. In fact, at times our judges were impressed.
I thought really, really great.
Aroused.
I like Mum.
A little hot.
Mom was kind of hot.
Mum was foxy.
Mom was kind of hot.
Yeah.
Even just plain touched.
Lovely.
Got a side from the ladies up here.
So tell me, Simon, do you have any last words that you'd like to say to my dad before we go?
You have a likability about you, which is something you and I share.
Okay, then. Wow. In the end, they agreed that Rod is a talented director. Even Oprah loves Rod.
I love teachers, as y'all know. I love teachers.
After an illustrious career, Rod decided to retire. America was not happy.
You all know the announcement of my ice cream, my moment of glory, was soured by some disturbing news.
Indeed, as the announcement became public, the public made an announcement. They did not like Rod's announcement, and they announced their dissatisfaction with a public announcement.
I haven't been this angry since I watched the deleted scenes from Underworld Evolution.
Even President Bush made an announcement.
I regret
Rod's retirement
turned into such a public spectacle.
Former Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld reacted more strongly than anyone.
I picked up a newspaper today, and I couldn't believe it. I read 8 headlines that talked about chaos, violence, unrest, and it just was henny penny. The sky is falling. I've never seen anything like it. It's just unbelievable.
I asked several people why Rod was so popular. Some refused to answer. Senator Clinton, why do you think Rod Peterson is such a success? Is it because he's truly talented, or is it because of his conservative values? Senator? Senator? Secretary Rice, would you like to comment? Madam Secretary? Oh, I get it. You guys are having a staring contest. Well, okay then. I guess I'll just get back to you two later. Some evaded the question.
The question is, does it matter?
Some didn't know. One man, however, had the answer.
People are angry about Iraq. And they feel we need a change. And whenever you have a situation where Americans are, I use the word tonight on the factor, I use the word depressed. People don't want to watch the news. They don't want to hear about Iraq. They don't want to hear about Iran. They don't want to hear about the nutty North Korean guy. They want to watch
melodramas.
They're dialing for the Dancing with the Stars.
As people began to accept the fact that Rod was retiring, America reacted strongly. Jon Stewart was amazed at how quickly Rod packed his house and relocated.
Look at the old man move!
The Democrats were just happy to see him go.
Out! Out! Out!
And Ann Coulter, as usual, was just plain confused.
Do you think liberals are going to be very happy when they immigrate to Canada?
No. No, they're not moving to Canada.
Indochina?
No, actually, they just bought a condo in Utah.
I think you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
I think you're wrong.
No.
Well, I'll get back to you on that.
Coulter never did get back to me. Once the dust settled over Rod's retirement, it was time to decide the fate of the Fort Scott Community College theater program. Deciding what would happen would not be easy.
I've said that from the beginning. That's part of this process. It is not a smooth road. It's a bumpy road. We know that. We've said it repeatedly. There's no surprise to it.
President Bush explained why this decision was so difficult.
Some are afraid to touch it, some don't want to touch it, some provide excuses not to touch it.
In the end, President Bush decided that the FSCC theater program would continue. It may not have been a popular decision at first, but the president stuck to his guns.
Yeah, now I fully understand they could try to stop me from doing it, but I've made my decision and we're going forward.
Rumsfeld explained that finding Rod's successor, someone to fill the shoes of this powerful pedagogue, would require thinking outside the box.
You don't do it with conventional capabilities. You do it with unconventional capabilities.
Many people have since tried to gain Rod's coveted director's chair.
Oh, Gary, that was...
This gentleman came all the way from Kazakhstan to interview. He was very complimentary.
Very nice peoples.
But a little confused.
Which one was he?
Still, he seemed to be a big fan.
Yes, very handsome, very sexy man.
He was a pretty strong candidate.
Thank you very much. I'm very well trained.
However, in the end, he and several others did not make the cut.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Get out. Everybody. Out.
On a global note, Rush Limbaugh predicted what effect Rod's career would have on U.S. and international politics.
Employment, 100%. Inflation, 0.
And tell them about that foreign stuff.
Oh, yeah. Peace between the Israelis and Palestinians. Bin Laden, dead. Al-Qaeda, rolled up. North Korea, no more nukes.
And?
Oh, yeah, right. The one they said couldn't be done, Britney Spears is wearing panties again.
Finally, in a remarkably candid interview, Russian President Vladimir Putin explained why Rod Peterson's influence reaches beyond the borders of the United States. While it is true that Rod Peterson has never been to glorious Mother Russia, he is well known and well loved here. Russians have always been fond of the theater, but we acknowledge that Chekhov's plays are just too depressing. Comrade Peterson's skills with the comedy of the melodrama and the light-hearted family musical have made very many Russians a happier people. He has kindled the hopes of the Russian people for a bright and glorious future. We have been promised such a future before, but those guys were pretty full of it. I have even decided to stop assassinating people. Move over, Stanislavski. There is no sheriff in the town. As we celebrate Rod Peterson today, let us not remember him only for his devotion to family, his students, and the theater. Let us also remember him for his unfailing patriotism, his position as a global leader, and his ability to make Fort Scott, indeed, all of America, a better place to live. And with that, the only thing I have left to add is, Dad, I'm proud of you, and I love you. God bless you, and God bless America.
So, Grandpa, how was your party going? Right at the chicken cross the road to get to the other side.